Hi, welcome. On this video, I want to take a moment to talk about the social dynamic. And this is where, again, when you get guys out there like, okay, the anti-dog trainer, this kind of quasi Cesar Millan-like approach. Even did a video by way of Cesar Millan in Holly, and you can go watch that video, the breakdown on my channel. I talk about the issue about, again, so when you hear trainers like Kevin Murdoch talk about, his problems with his complaints about the leash, okay, and complaints about certain, reactions of dogs by way, again, of a specific, interaction-based method. That's where, again, I talk about the rubber meets the road, okay? I talk about, at the point of contention, well, there it is, okay? But also at the point of getting blindsided, okay, by way of dogs, by way of perceptions not changing. Trainers are working off of assumptions, not getting the right information in real time to avoid situations, but not just avoid situations, change itself in terms of a intentional and predictable outcome. So again, when I talk about the social aspect, and this is where, again, trainers will look at certain trainers that they kind of elevate up to dial in to get a sense, okay, there's something more going on here, but they are only part way there. Okay, I say part way there. I talk about the human dynamic, okay, the human interplay of that in terms of being specific as to how, a method itself, okay, frames up. And again, you see the issues by way of, you see these trainers doing this whole thing with, and again, there's this obvious example. So you can put everything I say to the test, getting a dog to say, wait for their food, okay? A dog that is, say, food aggressive, and the dog will appear to seem better in certain moments, but still the issue isn't resolving, okay? Because again, I talk about, being intentional, I talk about influence and control, aligning through how you're interacting in a very specific way. Well, that matters. And you'll see it if you watch my Hildegard video series dealing with that very issue, okay? It's a great example of that. But there's so many other examples, and this leads to why trainers get blindsided. Look at the Cesar Millan Holly situation. Look at the Kevin Murdoch and his dog Goose almost taking the hit. It's exactly the same. So again, understand the method matters. And so when these trainers talk about social, well, there's more to it than just that. Okay, there is the issue about relationship, about depth of connection, but then you get into the actual method and how that aligns, how that brings those core ingredients together, influence and control. It's very specific. Okay, and this is why I talk about a lot of these trainers that give other trainers a hall pass. They're all over the place. They engage in the same blame shifting on the dogs. Well, that's all part of it as well. So again, check out my information I put out. I put out lots of video content on my YouTube channel. Everything I say, okay, can be put to the test. I'd encourage that. But again, take a look at the information I put out. Again, it answers the question as to what represents training. Thanks for watching.